What is going on to you, Sagittarius out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and you Sagittarius have the Seven of Swords. It is hot than a mug, son. Woo wee. Anyway, oh my gosh. Anyway, shout outs to the heat, shout outs to the summer. But a lot of you Sagittarius very much so are putting up a psychic defense. I talked about this before. As we continue to grow, as we continue to evolve, and I kind of show you different avenues of myself and help y'all out. A lot of you are putting up a psychic defense. A lot of you are putting up a mental defense. A lot of you right now are in a position where things, the ignorance that sometimes people can come at you with is causing you to go against or rebel a lot of the nonsense that you're seeing out here. And so a lot of you Sagittarius are understanding that you're gonna have to put up a psychic defense, right? Because what is, at the end of the day, right, what is health versus what is people mind controlling you? And there's a fine line between the two. The star, the Empress right here represents how, like, the star and the Empress right here represents how, like I said, there's a fine line. And you Sagittarius, you are learning how to become familiar with said line, because when you take accountability, right, people can't hide behind the dysfunction. For instance, there was a Sagittarius that I clashed heads with that would call me defensive. And I told the person, I said, yeah, maybe I am defensive. I'll take that, But the issue that I had with that particular Sagittarius was, you were talking about my personality at the time. Okay, fine. But I'm telling you some things that are facts, right? And you don't want to accept the fact that you're wrong. This is the catch-22 of, you calling somebody defensive, but at the same time, or calling somebody names, but then at the same time, the person accepts it. Okay, you're right, I'm defensive. But then, right, you're not necessarily an example of health yourself, because you go ahead and you have to, you can't even accept things where there's no consequences for being wrong. You can't even accept being wrong on any level, even if it's stupid, to try to hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what color is the sky? Color is green. No, it's blue. I said it was green. And having explosive temper tantrums. Like, but then somebody's defensive, but that's not. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, when it comes to you Sagittarius accepting this stuff, right? When somebody is really wrong, something's really wrong with them, when you can accept it. Like, yeah, okay, you're right. I might be defensive. Yeah, I'm defensive. Okay, I'll accept it for what that is. Yeah, I'm defensive. You can say that. Yep. I'll say that about myself. Okay. There's some things that essentially that I got to work on. Yep. And then they are, they have some issues too. And that's why it is that you are putting up that psychic defense, because we got a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a fine line between mind control and people calling themselves trying to tell you about yourself, right? There's a fine line about that, right? And again, this is why it is that, be real with you, I'm at a point in my life where I don't take any of that psychiatry as truth. All of that stuff is nonsense, because There's so much like ulterior motives in with that. It's such a narrative on that, and ulterior motives. It's like really at the end of the day, right? A lot of you Sagittarius are understanding that people will use that now. That's gonna be, and I want to warn you Sagittarius, as a matter of fact, while we're on the topic, that's gonna be the new wave. The new wave is going to be trying to program you while trying to mind control you and program you, while at the same time get you to think that, you know, you're becoming healthier. That's the new thing. That's the new, you know what I'm saying, psychobabble, right? The stuff where it's like they're not actually helping you. They're not actually really seeing things how you see things. It's more so about them listening to you to tell you why you're wrong. You know, instead of actually understanding it, instead of balancing it out, where you go, yeah, you do this right, but you do this wrong, and you got to go ahead and handle this. Now it's just about, oh no, you're doing this right, and only looking at one particular side. That's one thing that I don't like too. I don't like it when it's like, one thing that I don't like it, and why it is that I don't take this whole psychiatry stuff seriously anymore at all. Really, I think it's a joke. It's because of the fact that they only look at one side, right? The person who's on the couch. And they don't pay attention to the person's surroundings. They don't actually look at it and then they go, okay. But just because somebody is accusing somebody of doing this does not mean that they are exempt from doing that themselves. It could just mean that they're trying to throw off suspicion, right? So why that's important is because the projections that other people throw off onto you, because they're trying to dodge accountability for the stuff that they're doing, right? One thing that I'm realizing too, right, is that when it comes to getting over defensiveness and all that other type of stuff, a lot of that stuff really comes from us. That has to end with us. We have to really be the ones to really see the problem in ourselves and actually change that, is what I'm realizing. Because when you really pay attention to it, what makes a person who is playing these mind games sane, right? The fact that they're not there, physically there, and the fact that they act cool, calm, collected. But just because somebody is acting cool, calm, collected, and under control, does that actually mean that they're healthy, though? This is what I'm talking about. This is the other catch 22 to it. So what I'm realizing is that from my own experience, is that this is really a process of really needing to go in and really fix your inner world yourself, right? Because I'm gonna keep it 100. It's only up until, you know, recently is when I started to really take things into consideration even more by accepting things, accepting accountability for certain things, right? Accepting accountability that, you know, my YouTube channel needed some work. Accepting seriously, I got it written in my phone. You dig what I'm saying? So you have to watch out for people trying to wild out on you. And don't take it personally, because they're projecting their nonsense onto you, is what I'm getting at. Let me just talk straight. The Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles represents, because the situation for you, Sagittarius, is this, right? You will put yourself out here and try to get to know other people. And other people will have a whole bunch of baggage, and they will not look at themselves. They'll be giving you a hard time. They will have a burden on their back. The Knight of Cups is you, Sagittarius. Here they are as the Seven of Pentacles. In this deck, you can kind of get an understanding. Does this look comfortable? They look like they're straining with the weight on their back and shoulders, upper back, really their whole back, really their whole body. But the weight that's on their whole body compared to you. You're standing up nice and tall, and here they are, knees bent, hunched over because of the weight on their back. And what exactly is this weight? This is a weight of guilt and shame and not accepting accountability. right? And the thing is that the Hermit represents, and they will blame you for stuff that doesn't even have anything to do with you. So now the Hermit is about how a lot of you have to understand that when they start trying to blame you for stuff that doesn't even have anything to do with you, you can't take that type of stuff too personally, right? And that's another thing too that I'm learning, and I'm gonna tell you, when people do this stuff, one thing that I'm starting to do too is that even when they project it, even when it's me, I'm starting to be able to, at the end of the day, reflect and go into myself, right? Reflect into myself and be able to let it go regardless of whether this or that. Now, again, I'm not going to be out here claiming to be perfect. There's going to be days and sometimes even weeks that I may miss that, but I'm going to take accountability for that, and I'm going to get right back up on that horse and begin to do it again. You dig what I'm saying? There's some practices that I've been slipping off on that I got to start doing. I got to start meditating every day or often. The thing is that the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands now is about how, and because of this, right? Because you have to like almost like not almost, you have to do shadow work and stuff like this. The Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands represents you'll also learn to get over the like, how do I say this? You'll also not, how do I say this, right? You, Sagittarius, will also yes, be in less competition with other people. Yes, there's a sense of being less competition with other people. You won't have this sense of like needing to act a particular kind of way or act tough, right? Or whatever. But there's also a sense of like you won't get involved or be heavily affected with the dysfunction that other people have, right? Like there'll be less of a sense of, even when they are yelling at you and stuff like this, you'll be willing to take that scrutiny a little bit, you know. And the thing is, that comes with the territory, right? When you're learning how to become more thicker skinned, right, and learning how to let this stuff go, you're okay with taking kind of a critique, you know. You're okay with it, right? You know, just as long as it doesn't carry itself on too much and it starts getting more out of hand, right? But you're okay with that, you know. You know what I'm saying? There's people that'll, question who I would be into. Okay, there's people who will, question my sanity. The trolls, they come on here. Oh, you need to see a psychiatrist. Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones. Real talk. At the end of the day, sticks and stones. Because again, I understand what it is that I'm dealing with, right? Like, a lot of people don't know what it's like to have spam calls and spam emails and like friends that switch up on you and you don't know which side they on every day, and you're trying to have a significant other, but the people that you're talking to, so many of them have mental issues and all of these different factors, right? So now you have to go through this process of healing yourself. You have to go through this process of looking at the world in a completely different way. And so this reading is about fixing your mind. This reading is about fixing your emotions, fixing your mind, fixing your inner world, right? So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. Four of Pentacles, unalive card, Strength, Ace of Swords, and then you have the Ace of Wands to clarify the Five of Wands. So the Four of Pentacles and the I guess the transition card or whatever is about you said to clarify the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is competition. The Five of Wands is things getting a little bit serious quickly, right? Gets out of hand. And the Four of Pentacles is that this is what you want. You want something that's Four of Pentacles, something that's grounded, something that's more grounded and down to earth. And this is what I mean when I say that at the end of the day, causing friction in a relationship is not groundedness. That's the Five of Wands energy. This energy where it's like you talking to somebody, right? They flake. You talking to somebody, they send you one word text message. This is Five of Wands energy. This is, what are we doing right now? Like, how come I can't, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said before, specifically social media makes it worse, because let's call a thing. People get on social media and they act totally different. And I have social media influencers who are much bigger than me, who I watch, who say the same thing, that people will act one way online and get off, and they're not that way. You know, shout outs to Perky, like I said before, shout outs to Perky in Aquarius. Perky has almost 1 million subscribers, and she's even said it herself that she's met some of these people that she's seen from online or whatever. They didn't act that way whatsoever. So we also have to take into consideration, my dear Sagittarius, that social media, in that sense, it speaks to a different, social media didn't create the problem. It speaks to a problem that already existed. The fact that people could even jump online and even do this type of nonsense, right? Or they get it messed up with these phones. They have a whole new, I don't understand that myself. I don't understand how somebody act like they so cool, calm, collected, and then when we put down, walk away. What are you doing, stupid? What are you really doing? What are you really doing? Have a conversation with me. Eventually the conversation is going to end. You're going to go on about your business. I'm going to go on about mine. What is this? If you don't want to talk to me anymore, just say, hey, I'm about to get up on out of here. This nonsense of putting the phone down, how do y'all know? And I have the evidence to show and prove this if any of you want. Do y'all know that doing that is narcissistic? Stop doing that. Not you, I'm talking about anybody. So that's how you know, yet again, that I'm not lying. So the Strength, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands for you Sagittarius is about how I be knowing what I'm talking about, man. This is how it is that you, and I have all the evidence to show and prove this. If you want to see, if you want me to show you the evidence, plus if you want me to get more evidence on top of what I show you, let me know in the comment section below. Doing that, something's wrong with you when you do that. And I have the evidence to show and prove, because it's not mental health. How you put that, how you talk to people? You getting on, you acting one way online. I done seen somebody rip into me and talk disrespectful as all get out through text messages. They ain't had this kind of rah-rah energy in real life. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Threatening people, talking about what they're going to get somebody to do to me, talking wow like that. Then when I see the person in real life, they meek like a sheep. Meek. Bah. Meek like a sheep. They following. How does social media get people to a point where they completely different? I'm telling you, social media has given a voice to bum, loser, mentally warped individuals, fam. People who show their mental illness when they jump online. They start typing wild stuff to people or whatnot. Wow, oh, I'll do this to this person. Why would you jump online and even do that in the first place? It's bringing out their sickness. And the thing is that you Sagittarius can't take people seriously who do stuff like that. You can't, because you Sagittarius are on a journey of healing. You're healing yourself. You're actually doing the great work. That is the great work. And they're not doing any of that. But that's it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You Sagittarius are becoming healed as you observe how a lot of people are more broken than ever. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to 100K subscribers, 100,000. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.